we're going to say, I've made a Python VM for you in your workspace called Bitbot VM. And I installed Adafruit Blinka side of it. You install this library in that VM and use it. Let's also say also connected a BME 680 sensor to the I2C bus. You install this library in, say, the VM. I think I'll know what we're talking about. In the VM. And then try to connect to the sensor and get data from it. Here is an example script that shows how to access the sensor. And realistically, I think it probably could get by with less than this, but we're going to start the sort of easier one, I think, because I think this is more information than it really needs probably to get this done, but really, I think the problem was, honestly, the stem just was not plugged in all the way, because I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, and I noticed it went further than it seemed like it was a second ago. And now it's showing up, so that's on me. Let's see, I think I just didn't have the connector seated properly. Try looking in default address. Okay, there it is. So now it's going to read the data. So honestly, why it looped up there a couple of times is honestly probably because it couldn't find it, and it was like, let me try to reinstall this or something. I would not be surprised if that's the case. But yeah, there we go. It's got the temperature, gas. It basically can get all the data from the sensor. It saved the test script. The temperature 5 degrees since the chip run warm calibration. That's fine. We don't really care about that. Also curious about the other device, 38s. Typically that, yeah, I don't know. We're going to say, don't worry about that. Let's go back to our chat. We can go, cool. Next, let's work on some RGB, rainbowy RGB fun. I've connected, I'm gonna guess this is 30. Probably tell it how many there are since you need that to initialize it. 12, 13, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Yeah, so there's 30 NeoPixels here. I have connected it to pin 26 memory serves, although that was a while ago. But I mean, much like the other one, we'll troubleshoot it if it's wrong. I'll zoom this back out a bit here. See the NeoPixels. Rainbowy RGB fun. I have connected a strand of 30 NeoPixels. Pin 26. And you install for this time, let's just say install this and then try to use it to Let's see, what do we want to say? Control the NeoPixels. Let's say try to set them to pink and brightness 0.1. We don't need them to be trying to blind us here. And I'm not even going to point it to the example. We'll see if it gets tripped up or not, but maybe it might be able to do this just from the library itself. Let's give it a try. Last time we gave it the PyPI and the example, and it did a good job. In fact, it tried to troubleshoot when the sensor wasn't there. This time we'll give it one less piece. And I'll see if it works. Yeah, sometimes it does. Okay, yeah, right there. We got pink going on right now. Those turned on. Boom. Are they glowy pink, it says? They are. Next, work on the display for you. Installed a game E in your VM. And I've connected a TFT display. Set it up. The top left 320 by 240 pixels. Shown. Yeah, I think it will know what this means. Full system shown on the TFT display. Can you try to run a Pygame test script, show something? The keyboard, we'll want to fix that as well. There's a setting for that somewhere. I figured that out last time too. Okay, so it drew a thing, but it didn't work because it's in the center of the screen. So this says it ran for 10 seconds, it exited cleanly. You should have seen this. Did it show up on the TFT? Let's say I saw it on the main display, created a window that looked like the correct size, but it was in the center of the main display. Let's say the HDMI display, because like it could run LS displays, or I don't know the right command to check the displays, but there's surely a command and it will probably see the HDMI just the same as Control Center did, right? Like Control Center can see this. Assume this thing can see it as well somewhere. So I saw on the main display, it created a window that looked like the correct size, but was in the center of the HDMI display instead of on the TFT. Can you try to modify the script to move that window to the very top left for 0 pixel? All right, there we go. Now it's got the TFT showing over there. One thing is it does still have the start bar, which pushed the bottom off a little bit so that we can't actually see the bottom. That's good. We can say yes. That time we did see it on the display. Should I tell it we're live streaming or just start going with the collective we? That time we did see it. Play. Is there a way to make it a border this window, but won't have a title bar? Will fit the 320 by 240 perfect. There we go. Bam. Perfect. All right. So OpenClaw has control. I installed eSpeak so that you use it to and try to use it. Say hi. And then I'll hold the speakers up here so that hopefully y'all can hear it as well if it works.
Hello, I'm Pipbot. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Pipbot. Nice to meet you. Now that OpenClaw has access to Whisper Small speech recognition, we can send it voice messages over WhatsApp and other chat services. Pipbot, please show the rainbow animation on the NeoPixels. And there we have it. See the full guide at learn.adafruit.com.